An eternal ordinary person, a person of beginningless time. Lecture. The chapters of the skillful means and the Buddha's lifespan. Collection of the works by Daisaku Ikeda, Volume 35. Toda Sensei said, it was Nichiren Daishonin who established the method by which ordinary people themselves can break free from past karma in their daily lives and return to the distant past, the beginningless time. In other words, taking refuge in him and chanting Namu Myoho Renge Kyo is the way to change one's destiny to a better one. With this method, all intermediate karma disappears, and the eternal ordinary person appears, who is ordinary person of beginningless time. The eternal ordinary person appears. What a wonderful expression. This is the very essence of the Lotus Sutra. These are words of wisdom only Toda Sensei could have, who read the Lotus Sutra to its very core and realized that Buddha is life itself. Toda Sensei said, past karma and intermediate karma refer to the countless karmas that bring misfortune to ordinary people in the real world. However, just as when the sun rises, the countless stars disappear in one fell swoop and a refreshing morning arrives, so with faith in the mystic law we can overcome in one fell swoop the countless evil causes and evil results from the distant past and return to the pure, eternal life while remaining an ordinary person. This is what is meant by the emergence of the eternal ordinary person. Attaining Buddhahood does not mean ending the life of an ordinary person and becoming a Buddha. It does not mean becoming a special, more than human person, like a superhuman. The Daishonin says, we sentient beings have been drowning in the ocean of suffering of birth and death since time immemorial, but if we now become practitioners of the Lotus Sutra and achieve an immortal Buddha body like a diamond with our beginningless forms and minds, how can we be any different from Shakyamuni from time immemorial? The teacher Shakyamuni, who was the only one to attain Buddhahood at the beginning of the 500 dust particle kalpas of eternity, is us sentient beings. Gosho, page 1446, general interpretation. Beginningless form and mind is original life. It is the eternal ordinary person that Toda Sensei spoke of. It is in this life that a state of happiness that is eternal and unbreakable like a diamond, in other words, a true Buddha body, is established. This miraculous attainment of Buddhahood is called the Tathagata equals Buddha's secret and supernatural power. The 13th of June 1991 speech. Complete works of Daisaku Ikeda, Volume 77. At the second general meeting in October 1947, Toda Sensei gave the following lecture entitled Cause and Effect of the Three Worlds. Just as an airplane is built from a blueprint, it was Nichiren Daishonin who, in response to Shakyamuni's Lotus Sutra, established a method for ordinary people themselves to break away from past cause and effect in their daily lives and return to the eternal past, which is beginningless time. In other words, taking refuge and chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is the way to change one's destiny to a better one. By this method, all intermediate cause and effect disappear and an eternal ordinary person, who is a person of beginningless past, appears. As the saying goes, eternal means without action, without modification, and as it is. The term, eternal Buddha, Buddha of beginningless time, sounds very difficult to understand, but eternal means, as it is, nothing brushed up, no action, and because Buddha is life, when one realizes life as it is, all intermediate cause and effect disappears and the lotus flower Buddha of the simultaneous cause and effect is born. Complete works of Josei Toda, Volume 3, What is the Life of an Eternal Buddha? Here, from a general standpoint, Toda Sensei is speaking about all living beings. The eternal ordinary person, who is a person of beginningless time, will appear. What a remarkable expression. Each day, by utilizing the power of the mystic law, we can return to being this true, eternal ordinary person, a person of beginningless time, unleash our original vitality, and move forward. It is our way that faith is itself life. From the World of Gosho Volume 3 Chapter 10 Exile to Sato. Toda Sensei exquisitely described ordinary people who live in this great cause and effect as eternal ordinary people, who are the ordinary people of the beginningless time. An ordinary person of the beginningless time is an ordinary person who has awakened to the original innate life from the beginningless time. Toda Sensei also said that the world from the beginningless time is a joyful, pure, clear and harmonious world. In Toda Sensei's words, the cause and effect appearing in the pre-Lotus Sutra teachings, which is ordinary cause and effect, is intermediate cause and effect. Ordinary people themselves can break the intermediate cause and effect of the past and manifest within themselves the Buddha of the lotus flower, the fundamental cause and effect, the one in which cause and effect simultaneously exist. In other words, they are transformed from ordinary people bound by karma to ordinary people endowed with the Buddha realm, who live in the mutual possession of the 10 realms. Ordinary people who have been consumed by their karma change into ordinary people with a mission, who rise up to transform the karma of the humanity. So, let's go back to the first question. When intermediate causes and effects disappear, it does not necessarily mean that the intermediate causes and effects disappear. That's right. To use the analogy from earlier, just because the stars in the sky have disappeared does not mean that they disappear. So, a new question arises. If this is the case, does it mean that for ordinary people of the beginningless time, whether or not there is a fate, and whether it exists or not, is no longer an essential issue? In extreme terms, it would be. The effort to eliminate fate, as in the teachings of the Pre-Lotus Sutra, is a skillful means. However, for people living in reality, fate weighs heavily on us. We know the way to manifest the Buddha realm through chanting to Nichiren Daishonen's Gohanzen as a connection. But there is still a distance between knowing and experiencing the power of the Buddha realm for oneself. It's the same with cars. A license is issued, and so it is possible to drive a car. But in reality, it takes repeated driving to master safe driving techniques in a truly meaningful sense. Even for pilots, total flight hours are considered important. In our own practice, it is by fighting fate in reality that we can acquire the strength to overcome it. It is by actually encountering fate that we can learn the skills to fight its suffering better than anyone else.